on the farm. Another beautiful day. I got the new poultry net fence for the chickens. Hopefully this will help with keeping out coyotes and raccoons and all the things, and also keep them in so they have to lay their eggs where I know I can get them. I feel like I haven't been in the garden in like 2 weeks between work and everything going on with the sheep and just so many appointments. So today I'm going to get into the garden. I don't have to go anywhere today. I think it's the first time in 2 weeks I don't have to go anywhere today either. It has been so chaotic and just very full, busy days. And I miss my garden. I miss it so much, and I feel like it's neglected right now because I have barely been in it. I went into the garden last night and I just grabbed like the overripe cucumbers and gave them to the sheep, and that's about it. That's all I've done really. So we're gonna go take a look at the garden and see what there is to see. I know there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and we're gonna see what we can get done today. One of my new chickens that just started laying went pretty too. Last week I had 10 dozen eggs go out to customers, and I had more people asking, so I went ahead and ordered some more chicks. Might be crazy, I don't know, but it's a nice little side hustle. Good morning, friends, and welcome back. It's another beautiful day. We're trying to get out before it gets too hot and check on everything. I'm having to make some big, difficult decisions when it comes to work and school right now, and that has taken a lot of energy, in all honesty. I don't have final answers. Still trying to work through all of that. And it's hard when it's all on a what if, not on a, actual knowing what's going to happen kind of thing. So let's just go row by row and see what we've got going on. This first section in the garden, there's a bunch of flowers popping up, which that's awesome. So we've got zinnias. I'm turning around. Zinnias. I've got one jalapeno pepper left, and that's it. And it's so tiny. It looks like celosia over there. That looks like, is that celosia? That's a zinnia. I think that's celosia too, yeah. So these are the last rows I need to get done, and I still haven't got them done, and there's no excuse really. It just hasn't gotten done. So what I'm gonna do is, after I look at everything and pick what I need to pick, I will come in here and dig a row, 2 rows, and we will get squashes and pumpkins planted in here. And if we don't have enough to fill that up, I have more sweet potatoes in the house I can plant in here, and that'll be that. So in this row over here we had squashes, but I don't see them. They must be eaten, gone. But I see lots of grass, so we're growing something, right? And there's a lot of celosia in there. So I have had not great luck with squash this year, but I think part of it is I'm just not as attentive to it as I need to be. There's a watermelon growing in there. There's a watermelon growing over there that I didn't plant. So we'll have lots of watermelon. Corn is starting to tassel in here. This is the sweet corn. I'm not the best expert at picking it when it's ready. I know that we need to wait for this to be dry. And then we've got our zinnias down here, which are so pretty. Oh, that's so happy. Doesn't that just feel happy? It feels really good. There's been a couple times where I'll come out and I'll cut a flower and just put it on my daughter's pillow. And then when she wakes up, she sees the flower and she's excited about it. Just a sweet little thing. Alright, so over in this next row we have peppers that some of them I planted myself and some of them I purchased when I went to the garden center with my mom for Mother's Day. And then the whole rest of the row is sweet potatoes, which sweet potatoes are not hard to grow here. They're super easy. They don't take a whole lot of work. You put them in the ground and they do their thing, and they're easy. So we've got this really beautiful celosia. So pretty. And then we've got some of our peppers. And I've got some peppers over there too, which they need to be unburied from the weeds a little bit. The weeds are going crazy this year. I think it's because I didn't get fresh mulch. Peppers. Okay, so some of these peppers are getting like sunspots. So we could pick some of them. Let's see. There's one. Those ones got sunspots. Let's see. What's this one looking like? Oh, it's feeling a little bit squishy down on the bottom. Yeah, it's just got a little spot. We could eat the rest of it though. I think. If I can get it off of there. Maybe. That might be animal food. I was trying to decide what we were going to make for supper tonight. I think we might make tacos tonight. Sometimes do you ever get in a rut where you feel like you're making the same thing all the time and you feel like you need to change it up? Well, tacos is one of those things we make all the time. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. So, sweet potatoes look great. They're looking amazing. They're spreading out. They're covering it all up. They look great. The next row was peas, which the peas are all done. I started cleaning them up, but I didn't quite finish. I was pulling pods to save for seeds for next year. And then we've got a bunch of cherry tomatoes here that we can pick. And cucumbers. Giant cucumbers. I mean, if you don't pick them every day, they get so huge. And these are pickling cucumbers. Like, they're meant to be picked tiny. I mean, they're ginormous. And I've already got a bunch of pickles I've got a bunch of cucumbers in the fridge already that are waiting to get made into pickles. So, let me go get a basket. Alright, well there's basket number 1. And I've noticed a bunch of our riding spiders around this week too. All over the place. In places I least expect them, then I walk into the net and I'm like, ah! And I have missed my garden. I have been so sad the last couple of days because I haven't been able to get out here. And it's just rejuvenating to be able to come back out in the garden. It just does a big thing for my soul. So let's see what's next. Okay, so some of this corn might be ready. Trying to see, there was a bug on there, and I have never seen that kind of bug before, and I wasn't sure if it was a corn specific bug. Now see how this is all dried like that? This corn should be ready. Oh, look at that giant grasshopper. Oh, now it jumped away too. They're eating my corn. As long as they leave the good part for us, that's fine. They can eat the leaves, as long as they leave the actual corn for us. So let me grab another basket.
So this is the Indian corn. A lot of this I give to the chickens. Like I'll dry it and give it to them in the wintertime. Something ate the end of it, but that's fine. Still a lot of goodness on there. And as it dries, the colors become more pronounced on it. It's really pretty. These are the bugs that are eating my corn. They don't jump away. Those little weevils or something like that. They're getting in there and eating the corn. Earwigs too are another one that like to get in there and eat your corn. See if there's any more other corn in there. Might be some on the other side. I think any green beans I find in here are going to be way overgrown, but we can start picking black beans. They're starting to yellow. So I want to get those picked. I have dill seed I need to pick. I think what I'm going to do, and I thought about this the other day, I just didn't have a chance to get out here and do it, is I'm going to move my tarps and tarp where things are done to kill the grass off, and then plant something else in there after I have the tarp down for a little while to kill off the grass. So I need to get another basket. Just grabbing some tomatoes while I head down that way. I'm remembering why you should keep them weeded. It's okay. This is just not the year for doing the garden perfectly, and that's okay. There's always next year. Yeah, the tomatoes took a bit of a beating. They have not been treated well this year. Feel bad, but I can only do so much. Alright. So now we're over to the black beans. There's a ton in there. A ton. I'm probably gonna need more than just this one basket. Oh, that's a giant anthill. Oh. Okay. Let me think about how I want to do this. Let me get to this other side over here. Okay. So I really want like dried or drying black beans. So like when they start getting dried out and they've got like the spots on them, when they are like this and they still have a lot of moisture in them, I don't want to pick those ones yet. I want them to be more dry. We're gonna have a great black bean harvest this year. Oops, if I don't pull the whole plant out. Okay, hold on. Tomatoes on the bottom, black beans on the top. There are still a ton of black beans on here, so what I'm going to try to do is just come out regularly and keep picking, like every day if I can, and eventually we'll get it all picked. I need to go get another basket for the dill seed. We've got our dill seed in here. There's still some more over there that's still drying, but it smells like pickles. So we're gonna see if I can find any more tomatoes in here, and then go to the third section of the garden, which is really, really, really weedy. We have now entered the hot mess section of the garden. Yeah. So there's tomatoes along this line. There's cherry tomatoes that self-seeded. There's some more tomatoes over there. The broccoli all needs to get pulled out. My plan is to pull out the broccoli and then tarp it, but of course I was super smart and planted some celosia in there too, so I can't just tarp the whole section, which is my normal method for dealing with weeds, and because I don't have time to weed. So I'm just gonna start on this end and see what I can get. Those sunflowers that are drooping down, we're gonna grab those sunflower heads too, because that's sunflower seeds are food for the chickens. Yeah, there are a lot of overripe tomatoes, I will say that. When I was pulling in the other day and I got out of the car to close the gate, I could smell the overripe tomatoes and I was like, oh my goodness. So we'll get what we can get. If not, that's life, and it's fine. Alright, so not a ton of tomatoes. There was a lot in there that were just overripe. There's a lot of green ones still too, but I'm not going to pick the herbs today. I need to go get a knife to cut the cabbage and the sunflower heads, because the scissors I brought out are not thick enough to do it. And then hopefully I can work on getting some of these weedy spots covered up today, so they will get suffocated, and then we can replant something different in those sections. Totally forgot about this too. This was the cilantro that all went to seed. I did clip a bucket of coriander off of it, but there's still a bunch of coriander out here I could get from it. I'm trying to think if I even have a dish that I make that I use coriander in. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. If you use coriander, what do you use it in? I'd be curious to know. Oh, another thing, look at this. I would expect, having not been out in the garden for like 2 weeks, that my green bean trellis would be absolutely loaded with green beans, but there are no green beans. So either something is eating them or something is going on. I don't know. But there's tons of flowers on there. So, I don't know. Keep an eye on it and see. Maybe I don't know what's going on. So here is our Saturday morning harvest. The sun's starting to come up and that heat is hitting. And now I've got a lot of work in the kitchen to do today. There's a couple things I forgot to check. I didn't grab the berries, which I might come out a little bit later and get those, or I'll let my daughter get them because she just eats them. And then her watermelons, and there's one other thing. I planted some pie pumpkins over here, and they are just starting to sprout. So, and there's already squash bugs on them. I cannot with the squash here. Oh my goodness. It's like everywhere you live, there's something that's easy to grow and something that's hard. And here, it's very, very, very hard to grow squash. I started another zucchini, and I put it in a pot off the ground, hoping that that will help keep the pests off of it. And so far, it's kept the slugs away, because that's another major one that we fight with, is the slugs getting in here and like eating the seedlings before they even have a chance. So maybe we'll get some zucchini. I really hope so, because I love squash of all types, and man, we can't grow it. And the other thing, oh, there's the ginger. Ginger's looking great. Probably should water my potted plants today because we haven't had rain in a while. But Ellie's watermelon has taken over this whole section, and I was gonna check and see if maybe, let me see if I can get my foot in there without stepping on vines. Nope, that one's not ready yet. There's a couple that have gotten big that have been on there for a while. Like that one, I don't know if you can see it. It's like hanging in the rose bush back there. That one's been on there for a while, but they are not ready yet. Thanks for hanging out with me while I come out here and harvest the garden this morning. It's been a while, and I've missed hanging out, so It was nice to see you, and I'll see you next time.